Welcome to Focus TV. I'm your host, Dina Manzo, and today we have in our brand new West Hollywood studios the founders of HEAL, Nick Desai and his lovely wife, Dr. Renee. HEAL is a Santa Monica-based company that has the mission to provide what we can call the modern-day doctor's house call. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I have a million questions. Let me first just start by asking, what is HEAL?
Fundamentally, we deliver house calls, and we
Okay.
come to your home, office, studio, where hotel
You'll
room,
come
wherever you
anywhere.
happen to be,
If it's
uh,
private.
8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and we send a board-certified, licensed medical doctor within 2 hours. Right?
Wow.
So you hit the button, and 2 hours later, a doctor comes. You can book by using the app, or you can book by using going to heal.com, heal.com. And you don't have to go through your insurance provider. You don't have to get pre-approval. It's just like going to a doctor's office. When you put in your credit card for your copay, your insurance information.
That was my big question.
Yes.
Okay, because I know I just moved here from the East Coast, and for me, you are like made for me.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is the benefit for a doctor to be part of this program? Isn't it easier for them to have their own practice and stay in one spot, or is this something that
I think doctors enjoy very much working with us because we take all of that stuff out of the picture. And they don't have to worry about billing, they don't have to worry about human resources, rent.
Wow.
We handle all of those responsibilities, and what their primary focus is seeing the patients.
And how do you do return visits or recommendations from there?
When our doctors come to your home, they can write a prescription electronically, but they can write a prescription. They can draw labs. They can order X-rays. They can order other imaging. They can do a number of point-of-care tests. For example, for the flu or strep or these right on site, they can do these tests. If they need to come back, or if you like that doctor, particularly when we send pediatricians, people fall in love with that pediatrician for their kid. You can, with HEAL, you can book a visit on demand in which the doctor comes within 2 hours. In which case, you get the doctor that's working in your area that day, but you can book up to 7 days ahead of time, and you can request a specific doctor and say, well, I like Dr. Kim, or I like Dr. Salama, or I like Dr.
That's
whatever.
amazing.
So our vision of HEAL is not, we don't want to just be an urgent care on wheels. We want to be your family doctor in your family room.
This is so amazing. I am like your target customer.
And the good news about the annual physicals is that all insurance plans, all PPO insurance plans in California, and we accept all of the major insurance providers, Anthem, Blue Cross, Cigna, Aetna, Blue Shield, and United Healthcare. All of them, every insurance plan covers an annual physical at no out-of-pocket cost to the patient. So not only can we come to your house on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Tuesday or whenever you happen to be home and do your annual physical, but we can do your annual physical at no cost to you.
Wow.
Draw your labs, draw your bloods, coordinate everything. And for the first time, about 50% of the annual physical patients we see haven't seen a doctor in the previous 3 years,
Yeah.
right? They're just not getting those annual physicals. They're ignoring preventative health and letting things turn from little things into big things, and we're helping them catch them when they're little things and helping them lead happier, healthier lives.
Well, I'll tell you the reason why I am one of those people is because I'm a germaphobe. And for me, going to the doctor's office, I feel exposes myself
this
to
a lot.
everyone else who's
We hear
sick.
this a lot.
I remember with my daughter, when I had to take her for well visits, I'm like, okay, she's going to get sick in a few
Yeah.
days because she touched a little block in the
Yeah.
corner,
And we hear this a lot, and these are things that are important to think about when you go to an office setting. Is that a sterile environment?
Right.
Is it a clean environment?
Right.
And we also think about other things. When you're in that environment, are you feeling so rushed that you don't ask all the questions and you don't get all the needs met that you went there to handle in the first
Absolutely.
place?
You know, sometimes you watch these older, and I remember like Little House on the Prairies coming up, the care that you get when a doctor comes into your
Right.
home. And like you said, your
Old
blood
fashioned.
pressure is where it's always at. It's not racing because you were stuck in traffic
Right.
on the way there
Right.
and everything. So there's so many elements to this that make it wonderful. So thank you for creating it. Are you just here in Santa Monica? Are you all over? Are you spreading other?
Well, we actually serve the entire state of California,
Okay.
from the Golden Gate Bridge to the Mexican border, San Diego, Orange County, Los Angeles, Silicon Valley, and San Francisco. And we just announced the plans to expand nationwide. So we'll be going into Nevada, Florida, Pennsylvania, New York, and other markets here in the next 6 months. But if you live anywhere the readers of your magazines live, you can get a doctor. And again, I want to emphasize the 365 because people don't register that because they're so not used to that.
Yeah.
Like Christmas Day, New Year's Day, Yom Kippur, Diwali, Ramadan, you can get a doctor, a healed doctor.
Why
to come
hasn't anyone done this yet? Why?
because it's really hard. Because to make house calls work and to make it work for the doctors. I mean, you talked about your blood pressure is racing in the doctor's office. The doctor's rushed too,
Yeah.
right? You're rushed, the doctor's rushed. It's a rushed experience. And people don't get to ask the questions they have, much less the questions they don't even know to ask. Most of us don't have no idea what we should ask our doctor. But our visits in the home are on average about 30 minutes long, as opposed to the typical doctor's office visit, which is 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
So they can really take the time to get to know you. And to do that, you have to we developed some really innovative technology that reduces the cost of operating a healthcare practice to the point where we can spend more time with the patient because we're not spending all our time on paperwork and bureaucracy.
Can you do a family visit where they come and
all
do?
the time.
Yeah.
We do them all the time where mom will call for her children to be seen and say, you know what, while you're here, can you help me too?
That's great.
So that's awesome. You know, when you're trying to manage family time, bedtime, nap time, whatever, that's just awesome.
So let's talk about costs.
Right.
What is the typical cost for?
Well, so here's the beauty of Heal. If you have insurance, PPO insurance plans, you will pay only the same copay you pay to go to a doctor's office. And we have what's called a price transparency guarantee. So we tell you upfront what you're going to pay. It's typically between $10 and $30 for the copay, and you don't ever get billed anything else from Heal, right? Period. End of sentence. No exceptions, right? We don't bill you more. There's no surprise bill later. Oh, we ended up doing this. It costs more. If you don't have insurance, if you're on an HMO plan, or if you're in what's called a high deductible plan, or in your out-of-pocket period, the maximum cash pay cost is $99. This is $99 all in the privacy of your own home. Sometimes it's $20 just to park at the doctor's office.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's $0 to $99. It's never more than $99, but it's usually about $20 to $30 out of pocket.
Wonderful. That's freaking great. I'm sorry.
If you want a second to breathe, I'll give you all of my love, I'll give you all that you need. Don't worry, I'm not in a hurry, not going nowhere, I'm not going nowhere, yeah. If you want a second to breathe, I'll give you all of my love, I'll give you all that you need. Don't worry, I'm not in a hurry.
Do you have any competition? Is there anyone else doing this?
We are at the moment, thankfully, and this is why we work so hard, because we want to keep it this way, we're the only large-scale provider of house calls in America that accepts insurance.
Wow.
And I just want to say, looking at the cities you cover, and I'm not saying this because I'm sitting here, but we live in the Pacific Palisades. We eat most frequently probably in Malibu of all places. Our offices are in Santa Monica. Our son goes to school our older boy goes to school in Brentwood, right? This is our community, right? I was asked at a conference I spoke at recently, so someone sort of asked in a sort of almost sarcastic way. So, Nick, are you really saying that in 5 years from now people will stop going to the doctor's office? And I said, absolutely. Right? And I fundamentally believe that, right? Just as I don't think my 3-year-old's ever actually going to learn how to drive a car unless it's for novelty, right? We don't know how to ride horses.
I just heard the statistic this morning. If you're alive in 2030, you're going to live to 120.
Yeah. I just got to make it another 13 years and I'm set.
I'm not going nowhere, I'm not going nowhere, yeah.